Right, evening, it's Ollie Epsom again. It's Happy New Year to you. It's the 1st of January 2018. I'm just down here doing a little bit of work on radioactivity. It's in a bit of a state at the moment, I'm afraid. I've got a fair amount to do over the course of this winter. So like last winter, basically I spent most of my cash on new sails, new rigging, that kind of thing. So this year I'm going to spend a little bit of time in the interior. I did briefly demonstrate the new bilge pump system, so I've got that installed. We'll just take a quick look at that while we're here. So if we go back down to the standard nav station here, chart table, all that kind of stuff, we've got the switch panel here in the corner. It's actually quite a good one. I'm not actually responsible for this switch panel, but it's actually quite well made and it's a pleasure to work with. So up here we've got the bilge pump. It's a double switch, so essentially I actually have two pumps. The large electric bilge pump, which you get by swinging it that way, and that light comes on, and then there's the small electric bilge pump, which you get by pushing it that way, and that light comes on. Now we have a look. The main issue with the bilges on these old Colvicks is that they're really shallow. So if I put my hand there, this is the floorboard level, that's the bottom of the bilge, so it's basically the length of my fingers. So it looks like sometimes you've got an entire flood, but you've basically only got a couple of inches there. The setup means that the main high flow bilge pump here can't actually sit low enough to extract most of the water from the boat. So by the time the water's deep enough to use that one, you've got a serious problem. The new low pressure suction bilge pump is here, and then there's a wandering pipe that you can use to clear the bilge. Right, so let's give the wandering low pressure bilge pump a test. We'll go over here to the switch panel, switch it on. You can see it humming away there. You take up the wandering hose, bung it in the water. Eventually the pump's going to change tone, you'll hear it. Okay, so when it changes tone you can hear it moving out there. We can see it emptying that lickety-split. And just so you believe me, I've actually collected the water from the bilge in this reservoir here. So I've pumped the discharge from the small pump, I've pumped into here. And as you can see, if I shake it about a bit, that's the level of water there, so it's about 1.5 litres. We look down the bilge, we can see there's nothing left in it. So, as I say, one of the minor issues with these old boats is, you know, you think you've got a flood and you really haven't. This is radioactivity. We do not feed the dolphins, so we use the waste disposal tank. Yeah, so, I mean, what you got there is a very simple little project. It's probably took about half an hour to install, but it's made life a lot easier, you know, to keep clean, dry bilges, which I think is what we all want, really. This old boat is actually pretty good. It doesn't leak, at least not from the bottom. Unfortunately, what it does do is leak from the top, sort of hatch coamings. There's a couple of through deck connections and things that I'm obviously chasing around trying to stop them, but now and again rainwater does get in there, so that's the main sort of stuff that ends up under there, and that's this winter. That kind of thing is what I'm going to be trying to look at solving. Yeah, not a particularly exciting video, but there you go. We'll be getting back to more exciting things later, but owning a boat, an awful lot of it is this kind of drudgery, I'm afraid. Happy New Year.